What's up, everyone? This is Henry and Susan, and we are here live again today. We are going to be talking about solar panel cleaning. Cheaper is not always better. And we got a lot of bookings this week, and we also had some cancellations. And the cancellations were because of somebody giving out cheaper prices. And so we basically have been noticing that there has been a lot of bookings. We've been getting a lot of bookings. We've been getting lots of phone calls, at least 15 to 20 calls a day now for us. And Susan has been on the phone most of the day just booking. Uh, and we also have been getting cancellations, people canceling after finding prices that were cheaper. And, we do ask, why you're canceling. And most of them say, well, we found a cheaper price and so forth. But they really don't know what type of equipment is actually being used. And one of the things for us is we pride ourselves on our equipment, having the right equipment to clean many solar panels, and going out there and getting the job done and going over the panels many times just to get them to the brand new status, get them brand new, and 100% production coming out of the solar panels after we leave. And bird proofings have been going skyrocketed for us this month. We had a bird proofing today, about 48 panels that were being bird proofed. Today, I had a crew of three other guys out there helping with the bird proofing today. So we had our guys out there doing some bird proofing and what have we. But we also noticed that we've been getting cancellations on bird proofing also. So, there are companies out there that are really cheap, and they're just doing what they can to go out there and just try to get the business. And in Los Angeles, we know we have lots of competition, right? Lots and lots of people that are doing solar panel cleaning, from window cleaners to what else have you noticed? As far as people in the business, pool guys, gutter cleaners. Um, so we've been having a lot of people that this is kind of like their add-on. They're not professionals when it comes to solar panel cleaning. Same thing with bird proofing. Um, we get guys out there that are doing bird proofing from pest control. Um, and we noticed that there's a lot of guys out there that are kind of doing this as a side hustle and going out there and doing some bird proofing. And we're noticing contractors that like work for community. They go out there and they offer these types of services, and they try to beat your local solar panel cleaner out there. There's guys out there that are just ridiculously low pricing and what have you. This has kind of been the worst month for us as far as cancellations, because we've been getting a lot of cancels just because of the low prices. And we talked about it, and we said, hey, what do we do when these guys are just pricing so low, and they're destroying the industry, thinking that they're going out there and they are, you know, uh, helping the industry, or being a person in the industry that is going to be well known. I mean, if you can go out there and you can lowball guys and get the jobs, I mean, that's fine for a while, but you're going to have to survive in the off months, right? One of the biggest things that they're going to find out is in a month and a half, you're going to get complete stoppage. I mean, just all of a sudden, nobody's calling you for solar panel cleaning. And then what do? Because you lowballed yourself so low that you were barely able to pay your worker, your helper, for the material, putting in cheap crap in there. uh, we've been getting calls for replacing chicken wire and other things like that when it comes to like bird proofing. And we even say, we tell everyone, we're not the cheapest, but we are good at what we do. We guarantee our work. We guarantee 10 years on our material because we have the best material out on the market. We use them for Tesla panels, for Sunrun panels, for all these other companies, all these other brand new panels out there. We use the best material. This is why we can guarantee our work and what we do, pretty much. You got a lot of calls today, you know, a lot of calls.
Yeah.
So what do you think as far as these guys out here just calling you and counseling?
They're either they have to talk to their spouse, and the spouses might say, well, no, that's too much. Or they want it for
Dirt cheap.
dirt cheap. Yeah.
Yeah. But what you as a customer, you have to think about this. Okay, if you're watching us live right now, or you're watching this in replay, um, ask yourself this question: would you hire somebody to clean your 40, 50, $60,000 investment that's going to use the cheapest equipment, get up there and do poor work, and you pay them, quite a bit of money for that, or even don't pay them a whole lot? You get what you pay for. And this is the whole thing with us, is we're trying to educate you and tell you cheaper is not always better. You got to take pride in what you do. You got to take pride in every single job out there, and you got to make sure you use the best material, the best equipment, and go out there and use the right equipment for cleaning solar panels. And there are guys out here that are using window cleaning equipment to clean solar panels. It's okay. Nothing wrong with it. It takes a lot longer for them. They're up there a lot longer cleaning them, but they're not cleaning them as good as they should be cleaned. In my personal opinion, there's guys out here that use squeegees. There's guys out here that use stuff that shouldn't even be um, on a solar panel. And one of the things that we really pay attention to is how the panels look before we even start to clean them. We found a panel today while we were doing our bird proofing that was damaged. And we brought that up to the customer's attention. And one of the things that even I hired a few guys today or last week. They're really good. They have been in the field for solar panels, solar panel cleaning. So I was lucky to get guys with experience, and they're working out great. They're working out awesome. They're really doing a thorough just check on everything that I have trained them to do. And I still am not letting them on their own. I'm still behind them. I go out there and make sure that they're doing their job, and they're not taking shortcuts and or any of that. And so we really pay attention to how we go out and do our work. Uh, Not only do we do our work, but our workers do the work also. Um, and so we want to make sure that each and every customer uh, gets the best service that they can get when it comes to bird proofing or solar panel cleaning, when it comes to that. Because we're in the business to have repeat customers. And that's where we are, you know, we base ourselves is getting repeat customers every 6 months. A lot of people are not educated when it comes to solar panels. You know, what is the most frequent question somebody asks about their solar panels?
How often they need to be cleaned?
How often do solar panels need to be cleaned? And the answer to that question is when they're dirty, or every 6 months minimum, you should be cleaning um, your solar panels. You should be out there paying attention to what color they are, how they're looking. If they look really really bad, if your solar panels look really dirty, you're probably not getting 100% production out of your solar panels. And I can almost guarantee that you're not getting 100% out of your solar panels. One of the things for us is, solar farms. You got guys who have their own solar farms, and um, they are um, they are basically paying attention to their farms, making sure they get the most out of their production. Um, and then a lot of people will call only when it's hot, which doesn't make any sense to me, because solar panels have to be cleaned every 6 months. And in order for you to get 100% production out of your solar panels, you got to make sure they're clean. It's like a car or anything else that you got to do maintenance on it. And a lot of people don't know that there has to be maintenance done on their solar panels. And we always say, hey, take a look at your app, take a look at what your production is on your app. And as the months start to go and you fail to clean them, you'll see your production really, really drop. And we get customers that call us and say, "Hey, we just got a call from Tesla, and we got to get our solar panels clean." We got companies like Tesla calling their customers saying, "Clean your panels, get them clean," because if they're paying attention to it, then you should be paying attention to it. Not only Tesla, but any other company out there, solar panel company. Um, Even though it's hot, and people think about it, while we're using more energy, we're doing this, we're doing that. They are they're still out there producing. When the sun is out, you're producing. Even when there's cloud cover, you're still producing. You still have light coming through, and solar panels are going to produce energy. Not as much as a sunny day where it's clear, there's no clouds, and you're out there doing your thing, but um, you're still out there doing your laundry or doing dishes, dishwasher's running, air conditioning's running, trying to stay cool. doing stuff, having the lights on most of the day, you're still producing energy and using energy. And that's something that you really have to pay attention to, not only during the summertime, but also as important, the winter time. The winter time.
Yesterday was a pretty bad day outside because it's very what's the word?
Muggy.
The air quality was very bad because there was fires.
Lots of fires here in Southern California, and I told you guys this months ago. I did say, when the fires get here, there's going to be smoke, there's going to be ash, and that is the worst for your solar panels. And the worst, when I say the worst, as far as production, your production is going to go way down unless you clean them. We woke up this morning about 5:30, no, 5:15. We woke up this morning and we had to be at our first job at 7 a.m. So we had to travel, and we knew we had to get up early. And when we got up this morning, it was raining.
It wasn't raining.
It wasn't, well,
it was drizzling.
Same
sprinkling.
thing. The ground was wet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was moist.
No matter how you look at it, the ground was wet.
Raining. It was moist.
Well, it was raining in my eyes. Okay, when
it was cool.
When I had the windshield wiper on in the car this morning, yeah, it's raining.
But it wasn't raining the whole time we were on the road.
To my point is that even with all the smoke and the ash and everything, whatever fell this morning made it worse, because the solar panels look even dirtier in the afternoon when we were headed back. And I paid real close attention to that.
The air quality was so bad yesterday, you couldn't even see the mountains anywhere.
It was bad. I mean, you probably, the smoke, it wasn't just a layer of smoke. It was a bank of smoke, and there was a lot of smoke.
It was like a really bad smoggy day.
Very smoggy.
Very.
So, and I'll get to your guys' questions. If you guys have questions, feel free to go ahead and put them in the chat, and we will answer your questions. No question is dumb enough. We answer pretty much most of the questions out here, and so feel free to ask. This is why we're here. This is why we're on. And thank you guys for the thumbs up. We really appreciate that. Smash that like button and let us, give us the likes. We really appreciate that. Susan really loves these little
emojis. There you go. They're coming up right now.
The emojis, the hearts, and
party hats.
Party hats.
Smiley faces.
What's that 100? What is that?
We're great. 100%.
Oh. Yeah. So, but, we go ahead.
He's not in the know with emojis.
No, not at all. We talk about, we're talking about, cheaper is not always better when it comes to solar panel cleaning. And, we are trying to stay with our competitors. We have so much competition here in LA now that, we have to really pay attention to our prices. We have to pay attention to our bookings. We even have to pay attention to our cancellations, because we are getting, people that are canceling because they're finding prices that are cheaper. For example, you can eliminate a lot of this stuff.
Oh, we did have a customer that asked, can I just get the cleaning and not the bird proofing?
Yeah, you're kind of doing a disservice to yourself if you're just going to get a solar panel cleaning and you need bird proofing, but you're too cheap to go out there and pay for the services. Those birds are going to stay underneath your panels, and they're going to do lots and lots of damage. Trust me when I tell you this. The bird feces, the urine, all this stuff that is underneath the panels, after time, when it does build up, we have had customers that have called us, and it's seeping through the roof down into the walls of bedrooms of urine, pigeon urine, and yellow stains and what have you. And that's just, after a while it tends to happen. Um, so we want to make sure that you go out and you bird proof your panels as quickly as you can. Even if you just got them installed, that is the best time to actually do it. Um, some companies will offer the service, but it's very, very expensive. You're looking $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to bird proof through a company like a solar company. There's companies out there that are doing it, but the prices per panel is a lot.
Or there's some companies that charge very little, but they only put the mesh around the panels, but they don't clean underneath, or they don't clean all the feces on the ground.
That's a very, very good point.
And they put the cheap stuff.
Yeah, we have noticed
We had a customer tell us that their solar panel company, the customer paid $500 for them to do bird proofing.
Yes, and they didn't clean underneath the panels. They just put the bird barrier around it, and they didn't clean underneath. So any bird feces and stuff was still underneath there. It wasn't going anywhere. It was actually trapped at that point. So when it starts to rain, that's when they start to smell it. And when it starts to rain, that's when they are going to notice the problems. So this is why it's important to hire a company that knows exactly what they're doing. If they know exactly what they're doing, they're going to be cleaning the bird feces off of the roof. That is very, very important. Pigeons love their own feces. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth. If you do not get rid of pigeon poop on the roof, they will come back. It's been proven. And so you want to make sure that you go out there and, as a cleaner, clean that roof up, give that customer their service, and clean underneath the panels, clean on top of the panels, and clean around those panels on top of the roof, especially the tall points of a roof. There's lots of birds that love to hang out right there on the top of the roof, and they poop right there, and you should be cleaning all that up.
And there's been customers that have said, "Oh, so does this mean the birds are going to go away forever?"
No,
they're birds.
Birds will be birds, and they will go out, and we can put stuff on there to prevent them from getting there, because there's a certain smell that they don't like, or there's a certain thing that you can put up on the roof that pigeons don't like.
But they're birds. They're going to sit wherever they want, but they're not going to get underneath the panels.
That's right.
So that's the important thing. As long as they don't get underneath, they'll be fine.
And if you have somebody that, a lot of people ask, well, what kind of warranty do I get? What kind of warranty is there for bird proofing?
They ask, is there a warranty that the birds won't come back?
That the birds won't land up on my roof. We've heard those before.
We can't guarantee that.
We would be lying to you if we sat there and said, we would be lying to you if we sat there and said, hey, birds aren't going to come back on your roof. Because as soon as you're done and you're off that roof and you left, those birds are coming right back. Whether you cleaned it up or
Mm.
not. It's only when they can't get underneath, they tend to go somewhere else. And there's other things that you can do to prevent the birds from, going there because they smell a certain smell. And, we apply that. They don't like it and they kind of just
Mm.
fly away and what have you. I don't want to say that because I have a lot of competition that might be doing exactly what we're doing. And we're trying to keep these pigeons off the roof and what have you. Top G Solar says, I guarantee you birds will come back. Absolutely. And that's a great point, because birds are birds. Think of it this way. As a customer, think of it this way. Those birds have been living rent free in your home for many, many years or many, many months. That's their home, rent free. We're just the guys that go out and evict them. We're just the guys that go out and say, you're out, go find another house because we're going to go out and we're um, prevent you from coming in. All we do is the locks on the doors where they can't get in, they can't get under. And that's what we do. That's our service that we provide when we do bird proofing and so forth. So,
Yeah, the owl doesn't work. It's more like their best friend.
the what?
The owl.
The
People
owl?
put an owl, a statue of an owl on top of the roof, and you see a Pigeon City right next to it.
Oh, I have pictures of pigeons that are literally just looking at them like this, just looking and standing right next to them. I have pictures of that. And no, owls don't work. I mean, as soon as a pigeon figures out that they're no threat, they're no threat. So there's things out there that people try, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But um, but yeah. So I wanted to go to guaranteeing yourself as a solar panel cleaner. Um, we we had what, 5 cancellations this week because of people underbidding us, or they booked with us, and as soon as they booked, a couple of days later, they called us and said, "I'd like to cancel." And we always ask the reason, why are you canceling? I found a better price. Somebody went out there and gave them a better deal.
And sometimes we're like, you know what? They want to do it at that low of a price. By all means,
have
go
at
ahead.
it. And I always tell,
especially in this hot weather, go ahead.
And this is why we tell customers, look, it's your investment. You pay whatever you want. You paid $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for your solar panels. If you want somebody to do it for $20, go for it. You get what you pay for. And we know we have the best equipment. And so for us, it's no big deal. We don't need those customers. Those customers they don't really care about their solar panels. All they care about is, oh, let's just get them clean and that's it. But they don't really care of what's being put on those solar panels. And it isn't until years later that they're going to figure it out, or they're going to find out, because we have plenty of pictures of solar panels that have just degraded.
And never, ever, as a customer, never, ever go with somebody that just happened to come knocking on your door and, like a young kid that just came out of college with a little pickup truck, because they're not insured. Probably they don't have the right equipment. And also,
that's one of the biggest things that a customer should really be asking is, are you insured?
And
do you
never
have
go with a pest control company.
Well, again, I don't want to say that, because some pest control companies do know what they're doing, and I don't want to sit there and go, don't do that. But you think of it as this: you are a solar panel cleaning company. This is what you This is what we can say. SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning Company is exactly what our business name is. We are a cleaning company in Southern California. We're one of the best. We have over 111 five-star reviews from our customers and nothing less. And, you know, we take pride in that. But I'm telling you, we specialize in solar panel cleaning for commercial, for residential, for industrial, and we also specialize in bird proofing. We do this almost every day. And we go out and we bird proof solar panels. We use nothing but the best. Now, all I can say is we go out and we do exactly what our title is. I'll tell you right now, if you're looking for somebody who wants to clean your gutters, that's not for me. That's not who we do. We don't clean gutters. I mean, we don't. It's a waste of our time. We don't. There's not enough. There's not enough for us to sit here and justify an hour or two cleaning gutters. There's other videos out there with guys out there cleaning gutters for less than $10. Go get those guys, because those guys out there are. That's what they're. That's who they are. They are those guys that go out there and clean gutters for less than $10. Or they make videos out there with guys that are how to make a gutter cleaning business for less than $10. That's not us. We are solar panel cleaners. We're good at what we do, and we get hired by big corporations, and we also get hired by customers just like you that want your solar panels done professionally. We have the right equipment for that, and that's the most important thing when it comes down to that. There's a lot of you guys on here tonight. We do see that. We do see a lot of comments coming in. Thank you guys for commenting. And questions. If you have questions, feel free to ask. But I want to finish with this before I start going into the questions. In order for solar panel cleaners out there, in order for you guys not to get burned, not to get the cancellations, start charging the customer a deposit. So, for example, if we have a big job, say we have 48 panels that we need to bird proof, we have to buy all that material. And if a customer cancels, we're screwed because we've lost money from that job, but yet we buy the material. So in order to prevent that, start charging a deposit fee. We charge a deposit fee now for our bird proofings. So if we book somebody for bird proofings, we're going to get a deposit. And we can get $100 deposit, $200 deposit. Just depends how big the job is. And we're going to let the customer know. Non-refundable. If you cancel, it is non-refundable. And we explain to the customer, we are buying the material up front. We're buying the best material. And for somebody to come out and to say, oh, we're gonna cancel because we got a better price, we prevented that now. So now when people book with us, we do ask for a deposit, or you can ask for a credit card on file and put a credit card on file. And we do have it in our invoices for bird proofing. There is going to be a deposit fee, and that deposit fee will be towards the cleaning when it's all done. So they don't lose money off of it. We're just saying we're taking a deposit now so we don't go out there and lose money from people um, canceling the service. And I think that's a very smart thing to do for a lot of you guys out there that are really, really into solar panel cleaning business, is to start charging a deposit or having a credit card on file, and you explain to the customer that um, we charge a deposit for bird proofing, because you're going to find out that you're buying lots of material, and then if somebody cancels on you, what are you going to do? You're going to have to sit there and wait for that next person to hopefully have the same type of material and go out there and put that on their home. you know so eliminate that by charging a small deposit, or putting a credit card on file. When a customer knows that you have a credit card on file and you explain to them, hey, look, there's a $200 deposit, non-refundable, they're not going to look anywhere else. And hopefully they have enough trust in you to go out there and believe in you that you're going to do a good job and you're going to do it right. And you as a customer, you have to understand that. And also, what you should be doing as a customer is making sure that these solar panel cleaners out there have insurance. They're fully covered. What happens if they walk on your roof and crack a tile and break a tile? Who's responsible if a guy shows up in a truck and says, I can clean your solar panels for $2 per panel? The guy's barely making $20 as it is. And yet he's going to sit there and jump on, or walk on your roof and go out there and clean your roof. And if he breaks anything, is he really going to tell you? Or is it going to be too late? Or are you going to figure that out when that time comes? How honest is that person going to be when it comes to their business? See, they don't have a lot invested in it. They're just, you know, side hustlers. They're going out there, they go and they do their thing, and it's a side hustle. It's a weekend job. It's a after hours job. You know, oh, I can only do it for the weekend, or I can only do it after 5 o'clock because they got a full time job, or they're working. You know, so you got to watch out for some of these people that just doing it as a side hustle.
Now, how do you determine the pricing when a customer calls and says, I have some panels on my roof on the second story level, but I also have panels on my garage?
A detached garage? You know as well as I know, there's no difference for us. It's all the same. I think of it as it's just being on one roof. Okay, I'm not going to charge you any more for it. There's guys out there that will, because they got to jump from a two-story house to a detached. Now, you figure out how many panels they have. What type of equipment are they using? We have the best equipment, and you know that we can go out and clean 40, 50 panels in less than 20 minutes, and go over them many, many times. There's guys out here that are using water fed poles, and they're scrubbing and they're going back and forth, and they're out there all day long doing this and going over it. How many times? Who knows? We don't know. But I know if it was me and I had that type of equipment, I wouldn't be on that roof too long, you know. But I have equipment that is, for me and my workers, is the best equipment out there for solar panels, and that does everything for me. All I do is guide it. All I do is make sure that thing doesn't go off the roof. That's it.
And it's also important not to clog up your hose, the tip of the hose, right, with dirt or grass or anything when you're gathering it up from the roof to the when it's on the ground, right?
Well, yeah, because then you're clogging up the hose and creating problems and what have you. You got to be careful with your equipment. Go out there and make sure that it's clean, all your connections are clean, and what. But that's just routine maintenance. You know, sometimes you really can't avoid dirt or what have you. But the only thing is you can do is make sure that your equipment is clean every single time and go out there and get it done. But yeah, good point. You know, um, so
And make sure your water doesn't get to what level?
well, it's different because each
Well, for you, what do you?
we have 100-gallon tank of deionized water in our van, and it goes down to a certain point, and we don't want to burn the pump out. But there's other guys with equipment that they don't have to worry about that. It goes through a 3-stage filter, and they don't have to worry about that. And that's there. But that's just our equipment when it comes down to that. Talk about that because we have new workers, and we're training them, and they worked with a water fed pole, and that type equipment, and now they're using the C1000, and they even said we will never go back to that, and they are happy as can be because that's what they have been doing for the last few years with the water fed pole. And when I introduced them to the C1000, oh, it was like heaven for them. And these guys are doing 6 jobs a day, you know 5 to 6 jobs a day. I did a video a couple of days ago with 6 jobs, and I haven't edited yet, but I followed them to every single job, and we did 6 jobs in that day, and then the next day we did bird proofing, and then we have other days where we're 5 jobs, 6 jobs. We're only booking what we can to not burn these guys out because they literally are starting at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they're leaving their homes at 5:45, 6 o'clock, just like us, to beat the heat, to get out there and get these panels clean. So, but I wanted to bring that point up to you guys as far as solar panels. Cheaper is not always better, and as a customer, you really have to think about that. Think about your investment. Okay, think about what you actually had paid for and what you're still paying for the next 20 years. Do you want somebody up there to do cleaning and they just don't know what they're doing? Or do you want a professional company and pay a little extra to know that you are going to make sure that you are going to get the best service possible out of that individual? That's what you have to think about as a customer. And as a solar panel cleaner, you got to make sure that you are fully insured, that you have the right equipment, that you do a great job, and you take care of each and every single one of those customers like if it was your own home.
And we've had customers that have asked, well, if I get so many of my neighbors, do I get the discount? Do I get a discount?
Right. And look, I mean, if they're bringing you business, that's totally up to you. You can say, hey, I'll tell you what, you give me five customers, your next one is free, and I'll do it for free. You know, totally up to you how you want to go about doing that, because they're bringing you customers, and hopefully it's not customers that are for one time or what have you. And this is the last that I'm going to talk about this, as far as guys out there that are so cheap and doing this. I want to bring this up even as a customer, as somebody watching this as a customer. Always remember, and I want to bring this up also as a solar panel cleaner. If you offer solar panel cleaning at a certain price, a customer will always want you to honor that price. 6 months down the road, a year down the road, it doesn't matter. We get this all the time. Oh, the last guy did it for $40. Well, why are you calling me? When the last guy you can't even find anymore for $40 because he's no longer in business. Always remember this as a solar panel cleaner, they're always going to come back to you at whatever price that you did it at. And they're going to say, well, 6 months ago, you gave it to me at $40. And now you're charging me $400. So be really, really careful of what you're charging, because you have to be clear on it. You have to be really, really clear on your prices. And if you're not, they're going to come back after you, and they're going to expect that exact same price. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get into our chat here, and we are going to answer some questions. Guys, nail that thumbs up, man. Give us a thumbs up for what you're hearing here, please. Just smash that like button. Smash it. I want to see more than 4 out here. We're going to answer some questions for you guys.
That damn Daniel's on first. Good to see you on Mark's podcast, finally.
Oh,
show your face.
Oh, no. That's not him.
Uh-huh.
No, it was not.
Yes,
That was not
Uh-huh.
him. That's somebody else.
Oh, somebody else.
That damn Daniel, I believe, is out of state.
Oh, okay.
He's bam. First, LOL. He's been a faithful well, no, he's been a faithful subscriber. Always likes to watch our podcasts and stuff. Thank you, that damn Daniel. Appreciate you. And he is from Lone Star Solar Cleaning and Pressure Washing from San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, hot in Texas.
There you go. There's your plug for today. What's up there, West Coast Power Washing Services? Good evening. Thank you for being a super duper fan. We really appreciate you. All Solar Cleaning Services from Orlando, Florida. Welcome. That is Juan from Orlando, Florida. If you need your services on the East Coast in Orlando, Florida, give All Solar Cleaning Services a call and book your solar panel cleaning with him. Why am I feeling so good about just plugging everybody today? What's up with that? Oh, but I don't see any of these little hearts flying up anymore. They all must have got tired.
Yeah,
So
they'll come up.
Yes.
They'll show up.
All Solar Cleaning Services. Yes, I had a customer last week who had a Tesla panels, and they told him to clean the panels. They don't offer cleaning, right? So, yeah, just so you know, if your solar company is calling you for solar panel cleaning, it's because, one, they're not making money. 2, you're not making money. And the reason why they call is to get your solar panels clean is because they want money off your system. And in order to do that, you have to pay for it, the customer, not the solar panel company. So keep that in mind. If you're a customer and your company is calling you and saying, you need to clean your solar panels. This is why we are in business, because they don't do it. We do. All right. West Coast Power Washing customers may sometimes question your pricing, but when they see and know that you are going to give them the best job for what they paid, they will keep calling you. Yeah. Once they see how good of a work that you actually do and your process, they'll call you. One of the things that I'm really proud of is Susan will take a lot of calls. She answers all the phones for me now. So I'm a lot harder to get in touch with. Now she'll take the calls, she'll book the calls, and she always lets the customers know. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let you speak. I'm going to let you speak and say what your process is when you are on with a customer, what you let them know, and all that. So I'm going to let you talk about this. So you can say I don't hog the microphone or anything else like that. While I take this call.
Saved by the bell.
Sorry, guys. Go ahead.
Oh.
I'll take the call later.
Okay. Oh.
So
where was it? Where were we at?
So when we go and we book,
so for example, today while Henry was helping a bird proofing, showing the guys the ropes, I was on the phone with customers, repeat customers, finding out if they want their panels cleaned.
New customers also.
Also new customers. I was getting to that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
New customers calling. And as I was doing it, I was going through the calendar and we had, let's say, for example, I had one scheduled for tomorrow. Well, I was doing some switching around, moving stuff around, and I ended up getting 6 more additional calls for tomorrow because people wanted their panels cleaned. And I left a lot of messages, and most of them were from new customers calling.
New customers.
So that's how busy we've been. And I try to book them as soon as possible. I try to book customers that are within the nearest vicinity of the other customers so that our guys are not traveling from one end of the city to another county because it's a lot of driving time and I don't want to overwhelm them with them sitting in the car, sitting in traffic. I'd rather that they go from hop from one job to another
as quickly as possible.
Yeah, as quickly as I can. So,
and some customers can't wait. They just can't wait 3 weeks for their solar panel cleaning or bird proofing.
So sometimes it does happen but it's I try to do the best I can to get them, and maybe 2 cities away at most.
Yeah, it's very tough here in LA because it's all spread out, and I mean one city to the next. It's just there's a lot.
And if we have a cancellation, I go back to the calendar and I ask the customer, hey, I got a cancellation, or do you want to be moved to this day, or do you want to be moved up earlier than what I had you scheduled for? And a lot of times they'll say yes.
Yeah. So. And the software that we use actually will alert the customer, let the customer know we're on our way. When the job is finished, we send pictures through there and before and after.
As soon as the job is done, they get an automatic review link to leave a review for us.
Yeah. So one of the things is reviews, right? And we sit there, instead of us asking for the review, they're automatically getting it. And it's their choice whether they want to leave a review or they don't. Most people would not leave a review. Even if you ask them to leave a review, most of them, they won't. Unless there's a personal connection or unless there's something there where they say, you know what, these guys did a great job, I'm going to leave a review. And they'll sit down when they have time and think about it and go out there and leave a review. And, you know, you can ask for reviews all day long, but you kind of hope that there's somebody is listening and they're going to leave you reviews when it comes to that. So, yeah, great. I seen some hearts flying by as you were talking. All right. So Nelson Arroyo, hello, awesome people. Welcome, Nelson. The Super Clean Brothers in Arizona, welcome. Hello. Keep up the good work. We appreciate you. Brian Farfan. Would you say 7 p.m. is okay time to clean panels when the sun starts
to cool off?
Oh, 7 p.m. when the sun starts to cool off. Yeah, absolutely. If you can go out there and clean panels in the evening, why not? we clean panels at 2 o'clock in the morning. And we can, like, say for example, solar farms. A lot of solar farms, they don't want you to work during the day because it's too hot. There's too much energy being produced. So a lot of times the solar farms will ask you, can you clean at night? So you can start at 8 p.m. at night and work till 5 o'clock in the morning on solar farms. And same thing with rooftops. There are companies out there that will allow you to do rooftop cleaning, carport cleaning. We did that for schools, where we had to clean carports after 5 o'clock, after 5 p.m.
Yeah, after schools were letting out
Their
already.
schools were out and what have you, and we worked throughout the whole night. So it just depends. I mean, yes, it's perfectly fine. It's cooler during those times, but we clean solar panels all day long. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, when it's 115 degrees out there, we're still cleaning solar panels. What?
Some customers think you're using cold water, and it's not cold water.
No, there's a a big misconception, and a lot of people say it's not safe to clean solar panels when it's 110 degrees. Most of the time, as a matter of fact, all of the time that we have cleaned solar panels, the outside temperature is pretty close to the water that is being sprayed on the panels, because you have to think about this. Think about um, think about this. Think about uh, it going through 300 feet of hose in your van. It's hot outside. It's hot inside the van. It goes through a power washer. Then it goes through the hose, and then it goes through our C1000. By the time that you literally hit the panels, it is coming out hot. And my workers, when it's 103, 105, my workers literally have to wear gloves just to hold that pole because it is so hot. And probably the same thing you guys up there in Arizona, where it's extremely hot, holding the equipment and getting that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So customers, don't worry about that. Even if it's coming out of a spigot into your hose, you're still not pouring cold water onto super hot solar panels. You're not. And you're not going to break these, crack these, or what have you with the temperature of the water that we use. And this is why we're comfortable cleaning them in 95-degree weather, 100-degree weather. We clean every single day during the summertime. At 12 o'clock, noontime, we're cleaning panels. And we always reassure the customer, we're not going to damage your panels in any way. We can't, because of the temperature of the water that's actually hitting the panels themselves. And once they understand that, then they understand it. We do bird proofing in 95-degree weather, and we're up on top of the roof for 4 hours, 5 hours, and it's 105, 110, and we're doing bird proofing, and we're cleaning your panels right after we're doing it. So we will pass out before the panels, anything was to happen, or heat stroke or heat exhaustion, anything, but I think we're more fearful of that than doing that.
JC, the solar company I work for charges per watt for bird proofing installation.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of money, JC. You're charging per watt. Pablo says, how do you leave the panels looking shiny? With our deionized water, it's our spot-free rinse, and our machine that we use the C1000 that rotates it. It buffs out the panels, cleans the panels to brand new, And with the deionized water, it makes a huge difference. What we're doing, Pablo, is we're taking the top layer off the glass that is dirt. And the difference between the before pictures and the after pictures speak value when it comes to your panels. So if your panels are nice and shiny and they look great, you're producing a lot more than they are when they're super dirty or they're dirty or never been cleaned. So Terry Lynn Lewis says, Terry Lynn, what's up there, Terry Lynn and Jeff from Las Vegas, Nevada. Hi, Henry and Susan. Hello. West Coast Power Washing Services says, it smells bad after it gets wet. Yes. Yeah, bird poop is very toxic and does smell, um, especially when it's wet. Yeah, it definitely can get you sick. So be really careful out there.
Mm-hmm.
Stop the sickness. What's that say?
The owl doesn't work that good.
No, the owl doesn't work that good at all. Lewis Premier Solar Cleaning. Hey, everybody. Hope everyone is staying busy. Nice baby Yoda shirt. Whatever. Let me see some hearts for that one. How about zero emissions? Nothing. It's a constant dead, no heartbeat, nothing on that one. All right. Brian Farfan says, what temperature is too hot to clean solar panels? Look, anything over 100 degrees, you got to be over 100 degrees. You don't want to really clean solar panels if you don't have to. Over 100 degrees, sometimes you don't have a choice. I'll give you an example. I don't see Arizona getting cool anytime soon. So for the whole summer, they're going to be over 100 degrees. Am I wrong? And they either have to do it early in the morning, according to some people, or super late at night. Well, for me, we clean solar panels, like I said, 105, 110, we're good. We've gone to Palm Springs, Cathedral City at 8 o'clock in the morning. It is 100 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning. And by 11 o'clock, it's 115 degrees out there. And we're still cleaning solar panels. It's not going to damage your solar panels exactly like I said. When I said, it's hitting it with hot water, it's hitting it with hot water. So don't really worry about that too much. Go ahead and read Top G. Top G Solar Cleaning LLC says,
never hire someone without insurance. Some roofs are slippery as hell, even with slip-resistant shoes.
Yeah, you can fall off a roof. You can hurt yourself. It takes just anything to distract you or whatever, and you could fall off a roof or hurt yourself or what have you. So be really careful. Always have insurance. Cover yourself, and because you never know who's going to come up. Somebody from the county, somebody from the city, somebody from the state may come up as you're cleaning and ask for this. It has happened. And all they want to do is check to make sure you're a legitimate company. Okay? So always make sure that you have insurance and have a copy of it, of your insurance and what have you. I have copies of everything, Secretary of State, State of California. Here's my LLC. my tax purposes, all this stuff, all that's there. I have all that, and I keep that with me at all times. A copy of my seller's permit is right here with my company name on it. I keep all this with me. If anybody asks, I'll send them a copy through email and what have you. Um, you know, always have that. Okay, Carolyn says, are you screwed if they cancel Critter Guard? The materials can be used. Oh, are you screwed if they cancel Critter Guard? That material can be used on the next job. Well, if the next job is either a straight cut or is it a Spanish tile, if you order material for Spanish tile and your next job is not Spanish tile, it's a flat composite roof, well, you can't use that on there. So we had an incident where the guy wanted 48 panels done with all Spanish tile cutouts. So we had all the cutouts done, and then he wanted spikes all the way through his roof line, and we ordered $300 worth of bird spikes just for his house, and they canceled on us. So we have that as inventory now. Now, as a company, I'm not interested in keeping stuff in inventory. As a company, I'm interested in putting it on somebody's roof, charging them for it, and making money off of it. That's what I'm interested on. So, this is why we are asking for a deposit for all bird proofings, because we're covering our bases. And believe me, customers, when they leave a deposit or when they leave their credit card on file, they're not going anywhere else, especially if it's non-refundable. And if they cancel and you charge a $200 deposit fee, you keep the $200 and they lost money. So if they leave a $200 deposit and you do the work, well, you just add that deposit onto the total cost, and they really didn't lose anything. So it's kind of protecting yourself at the same time, because there are people out there that will call you, set something up, knowing that they're going to cancel. There are people out there that will do that because they know you have to buy the material and they're not paying for it. So, like with anything, you think of it as this: a contractor is going to ask for 50% up front for material to remodel your home or what have you. What is the difference between a contractor and you as a solar panel cleaner that have to buy material just for that job? So make sure, you can do it that way to protect yourself. And it always works. West Coast Power Washing Services, Henry, that is one of your best advices about deposits. Thank you very much, West Coast. We really appreciate that. All solar cleaning services from Orlando, Florida. There is something very important to address: workers' comp. Yes, absolutely. If you have, each state is different. So, for example, like myself, where I have employees and stuff like that, I have to have workman's comp. So here in the state of California. Now, if I'm doing any type of business, whether it's a big corporation or what have you, you got to show workman's comp and have that. They're not going to hire these guys out here in pickup trucks that are just kind of flying by night, doing side hustles for big jobs. They'll never get those big jobs. Never. This is why they're out there doing residential. they're out there doing residential is because they can't get the big jobs. So, good point. All Solar Cleaning Services, Juan from Orlando, Florida. Thank you very much. Tara Lynn says, if you're going to charge a non-refundable deposit, you might want customers to sign a service contract or approve in writing a written estimate that is non-refundable deposit language. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. So when we do a bird proofing, it's not verbal. We book, and when we book, that invoice is there for them, and they already know. If we take any type of credit card information or any type of deposit, we have to put something in writing, and they will get that as a statement, an invoice, or what have you, saying they left a deposit. You always give them something. And so we can do that through our software, write up an invoice, and yes, verbally, you have to put that on there as part as your contract, that you are going to be doing some bird proofing for this particular address. You're requiring a deposit, and you are also requiring a credit card on file. And you can send that directly to the customer. We can send that directly to the customer as soon as we book. As soon as they book, they're going to get that and have that information. Good point. Good job, Tara Lynn. That's very, very good. And absolutely. Let me see. Free Press Essay. Good afternoon, guys. Enjoying the content. Just an FYI, picture quality is poor. The video feed is going south. Full moon video blurring out. Huh. Okay. Well, hopefully, seems like it's okay. Let me know in the comments, guys, if we're blurry. Let me know. I'd like to know, just so we have that information. We're going over an hour anyway. We're pretty close to that hour. Still blurry? Okay. With that being said, guys, we are going to cut off this feed, and we will catch you guys on the next video.
Not next Tuesday. We won't be on next week.
Next week we will not be on. We have some prior engagements to do, but we will probably see you guys on the following week. So with that being said, thank you guys for chiming in. We appreciate it, and we will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you, guys. See ya on the next video. Peace.